Hey folks, welcome back. I'm your host, R.R. Slugger, and I want to welcome you to my humble abode. This is where the magic happens, in my slimy slug hole. Can I say that on YouTube? Over a year ago, I was a guest star on the Teen Fans of LEGO podcast, hosted by a great young man named Kavi. During our discussion, Kavi planted an idea in my head that has been bouncing around ever since. Let me explain. Over the years, I've had a lot of people ask me to do what they call a studio tour. That is, showing off all of the behind-the-scenes areas where I create these videos. I can totally get the curiosity that fuels this desire, but I also hope that folks can understand that I don't have a studio. I have a house. If I were to do a studio tour, I'd just be taking internet strangers on a tour of my home. And I don't think it's unreasonable of me to not relish the idea of doing that. Upon hearing me express my apprehension, Kavi came up with a brilliant solution. Instead of taking you through my real home, I should recreate the areas I use within the world of LEGO, slug-scaled. I think this is a fantastic and creative way to circumvent the issues I was having earlier. So, I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey. You might have to stoop a little bit to get in. The first stop I want to make is at my photography rig. Now, I know what you're thinking. Are those two tables stacked on top of each other? The answer is yes, actually. The lower table gives me a place to store models and figures that I'll need during a video's production, as well as brick separators and various display stands. The upper table is where the photography takes place. This pair of adjustable lamps allows me to get the lighting just right for any shot I need. I keep a healthy supply of colored poster paper nearby, and the area where the lamps clip onto the table actually creates the perfect place to prop up my backdrops. From here, I try to center my subject, with one light in front and the other behind. This creates a nice, balanced look, one that hopefully my viewers have come to know and love. My camera is mounted on a tripod nearby, and I can adjust the height and zoom levels as needed. Yes, this does mean that I do all of my photography and stop-motion animation while standing. Wearing a good pair of sandals at all times is a must. Next to my photography rig is most of my boxed collection of LEGO sets. I try to be picky when deciding what to keep here, as space is at a premium. If it doesn't have real set photography or alternate builds on the back, then it belongs in the recycling bin. You can probably guess where most of my modern boxes end up. Over here we find the computer I use for editing, as well as day-to-day stuff. I used to do all of this off of a laptop, but now Slugger has a proper desktop Linux machine. My monitor sits on top of an old stereo receiver from the 80s, and I have a pair of speakers on either side linked to the computer's audio output. I keep a lamp on my desk and always have it on while I work. I use what are called daylight bulbs, which cast a pleasant warm light, contrary to the harsher whites of typical LEDs. Lastly, I have a few trinkets and knickknacks scattered about my desk, including this wonderful note from the king himself. When recording audio for my videos, I stand in front of my Blue Spark microphone and hold the script out in front of me. I have a large room divider with a blanket draped over it behind the microphone to help deaden the sound somewhat. It's not a perfect solution, but I also want to keep a bit of natural reverb in, rather than go full radio voice. Lastly, we come to how I store LEGO sets. The short answer is bins, bins, bins. So many plastic bins. This keeps the dust off of completed models, which is the main reason why the sets in my photos look so clean. It might not be all that presentable in person, but it's very presentable to the camera. It's just a matter of where your priorities lie. Oh, I almost forgot to mention my container full of energy crystals. I keep these nearby in case I get hungry while I work. They also power this thermo-quantum reactor in my basement, but every home in Canada has got one of those. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. It was a lot of fun for me to build at a scale that I'm really not used to. Each model took a lot of care and effort to put together. Hopefully this video was a fun way to peek behind the curtain. Videos like this one are brought to you by the folks who support me during the Summer of Slug. Some folks have taken it upon themselves to go above and beyond with their support. Folks like Munyon, who is teaching me some Dutch in our conversations together. Discordian Bricks, who has really been thoughtful in their feedback for planning the Summer of Slug. Gus Schaefer, who's a fellow musician dabbling in making Lego-inspired music. Cody of Sick Clip Records, who, if you recall, sent me that amazing custom Slugger music cassette a couple of summers ago. Jonathan Welch, who, in addition to having an easy name for me to pronounce, has been super polite and easygoing in our conversations together. I appreciate it. Mean Evil Witch, who can't be that mean or evil if she's supporting the Summer of Slug. Schneids, who is fabled to have once told Caesar, "Beware the Schneids of March." Blacktron Bane, who has been with the channel a long time. Can you guess what their favorite LEGO theme might be? I'll give you 3 guesses. Classic Brick Studios, who has amazing LEGO photography on Instagram with hand-painted backdrops. There's simply nothing else like it. Sleginger, who I hear has a massive LEGO Pirates and Castle collection, and has been very generous with it in the past. And Shake. I wanna shake her hand. I wanna shake her hand. Oh, sorry, I got a little carried away with the last one. But these folks and many more deserve our thanks. If you want to get involved with the Summer of Slug, the link is in the description. Only Slug subscribers get shoutouts like these, and if you are an Only Slug subscriber watching this video right now, please message me with what name you'd like to be credited with, as well as how to pronounce it. Thank you. I've been your host, RR Slugger, and I'll see you next time for another video.